Welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate. It's now my pleasure to be joined by Lieutenant Clint Dempster of the Thibodaux Police Department. Lieutenant, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Appreciate you having me.
All right, so we had some great weather this week or the past couple of weeks for Mardi Gras. Can you tell us how it went down in Thibodaux?
Yeah, look, we definitely were fortunate with the weather this year. You know, other years we weren't so lucky. So definitely a blessing there. You know, for both ourselves, the spectators, and of course the crews. You know, they have a lot of money that goes into putting on a parade. A lot of people don't realize that, but you know, just to see the crews out there having beautiful weather and being able to enjoy the day, it was a great feeling.
All right. So as far as the overall, I guess activity or lack of criminal activity, can you tell us how it went?
Yeah, look, I mean, considering the amount of people that we had on the route, especially this past Sunday for the Cleophas and Cronus parade, phenomenal turnout for that crew. I mean, like I said, there wasn't a street, there wasn't a spot along the route that wasn't, packed. It's a good feeling for the crew. But with that being considered, all with that amount of people, not a whole lot of trouble. So we're pleased to say that. You got a couple hiccups here and there, but that's why we're there. To kind of keep it in order, and we pleased to say that it was a safe and fun Mardi Gras season for Thibodaux.
All right, and how many, I guess, parades do you have that roll through?
Yeah, so Sunday before last was our first parade. That was Shaka and Ambrosia, which was a pretty long parade.
Yeah, we're talking beforehand. I went to that one. We had Shaka, which I talked to a lot of people that were there. A lot of people were very impressed. It was long, and
absolutely,
and all the floats were throwing a lot.
Yeah, Shakas came a long way over the years. They put a lot of time and effort and into that parade and their crew. And look over the years, it's gotten longer and longer and nicer. And of course, it's followed by Ambrosia, so it makes it that much longer. The parade as a whole, and it was great. And they had pretty weather. Not as many people on the route that Sunday as we did this past Sunday for the Cleophas and Cronus parade, but still great turnout for both, great weather for both, and of course we finished it up with the Ghana parade, which was on Fat Tuesday, this past Tuesday. A little different route. About half of the route is the same. The beginning portion's a little different, but again, like I said, beautiful weather, and it was safe all the way around.
Safe and great weather. That sounds like not too much to change for coming up for next season. Right?
Absolutely. Look, I mean, if we can duplicate every year like this one right here, we'll be in good shape for sure.
Yeah, and it's nice to kind of get back to normal. Of course, we had a couple of years of hiccups with COVID and the hurricane last year, but this season, the weather came out. It seems like everybody came out and had a really good time.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, over the last couple of years, between COVID and the hurricane and these things, everybody was looking for a sense of normalcy, and I think we got that, and it's good to see, everybody getting back into their regular routine, and this is a tradition for not only Thibodaux, but for all these crews, who put a lot of money and effort into celebrating this time of year, and just to see them get out there and enjoy it, and all the elderly people even along the route, just be able to enjoy it with that pretty weather, it's just something to see.
And for the Thibodaux Police Department, is it pretty much all hands on deck for all the parades?
Absolutely. So every employee we have is out there in some way, shape, or form doing something. But again, we couldn't do it without our assistance from the outside agencies. And just to kind of name a few, I don't want to leave any off, but like Morgan City, Berwick, Assumption, State Police, Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office, St. James. A lot of these agencies come help us. And of course, we try to return the favor for their parades that they have that don't fall on our days, of course. They have a lot of night parades during the week days and even on the weekends. So we try to, return that favor. But no, absolutely, we couldn't do it without a lot of those outside agencies coming out and give us a hand.
No, that's one thing. Thibodaux, it's mainly day parades, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We did try a night parade a few years back. One of the crews wanted to kind of go to that. I believe it was Ambrosia, but we kind of got away from that. I don't think the crew, I don't think it kind of panned out the way the crew even wanted it to, So the days, that the 2 Sundays and that Tuesday seemed to be the better fit rather than a night parade, logistics wise and just the infrastructure wise and lighting and stuff like that for us, at least in the Thibodaux area.
Sure, and the day parades in Thibodaux particularly seem to be very family friendly.
Absolutely.
It's a great time, and like you said, not a lot of crime, which is
Absolutely,
great.
not a lot of crime, no injuries, parade related. So like I said, we fortunate, you see some of these bigger cities and, obviously the bigger you are, the more problems you may have, So we fortunate, we small town feel, atmosphere. However, I think everybody enjoys it and really has a great time.
Yeah, and that's one good thing about the no injuries, because it happens, routinely almost every year. A rider or something gets injured.
That or even a pedestrian or a kid, God forbid, go in front of a float or something like that, trying to catch a beat or something. So, we stress the importance of safety prior to, with our press releases and whatnot to the public. But absolutely, we were fortunate. We're definitely fortunate.
Well, job well done, and thank you for coming on air and talking about it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Stay tuned for more right here on HTV.